I remember when this chisel could shave paper and peel wood with ease. So when it failed at both, I knew it was not the chisel that gave up. It was waiting for my hands to fix it. I set it down on the bench and took a closer look, just like I used to years ago. Tools do not fail overnight. They wear down slowly while still doing their job. This chisel has shaped a lot of wood with me, and I was not about to replace it without trying. All it needed was time, the right angle, and a steady hand. So I decided to sharpen it properly and bring that edge back the way it should be. First, you need to mark the correct position for the chisel on the wood block. I place a straight piece of wood flat on the bench and set the chisel on top of it. You want the cutting edge to line up perfectly with the edge of the wood. Take a moment here and look straight down the blade. When it looks square and centered, hold it steady. Now use a pencil to mark the exact line where the chisel edge touches the wood. This line is important because it defines the angle you will sharpen later. If this line is off, the edge will never be right. I like to check it twice before moving on. This simple marking step saves time later and helps you get a clean, sharp edge without guessing. Tell me where you're watching from. I always enjoy seeing the different cities and states you're tuning in from. Now I clamp the wood block firmly in the vise so it cannot move. Using a handsaw, I cut along the line I just marked. I take slow, steady strokes and let the saw do the work. This cut creates the angled face that will guide the chisel and keep the sharpening angle consistent. After the cut, I take a piece of sandpaper and smooth that fresh edge. This removes splinters and gives the chisel a clean, flat surface to rest on during sharpening. Now I place the chisel onto the angled edge of the wood jig. I line it up with this mark and hold it steady. Then I drill small pilot holes and drive in 4 screws to lock the chisel in place. It should feel solid and not move at all. Now I move on to the coarse sharpening. I take a 600 grit stone and spray a little water on the surface so it stays wet. With the chisel fixed in the jig, I slide it back and forth across the stone. I keep steady pressure and let the stone do the work. You should see a dull gray line form evenly along the edge. That tells you the metal is being shaped correctly and the edge is starting to come back. Once the shape is set, I switch to the 1500 grit side of the stone. I use lighter pressure and shorter strokes. This step smooths the edge and removes the coarse marks, bringing the blade closer to a sharp finish. For the final edge, I place 1200 grit sandpaper on a flat piece of wood. I remove the chisel from the jig and lay it flat on the paper. Using smooth, controlled strokes, I polish the cutting edge until it feels clean and even. This step removes the last fine scratches and gives you that smooth bite you want when the chisel touches wood. When the edge feels smooth and consistent, you know the chisel is ready for real work again. To finish it off, I take a small piece of aluminum foil and roll it into a loose ball. I rub it over the rusty spots to lift the surface rust without scratching the steel. Then I spray a light coat of WD-40 and wipe the chisel clean with a paper towel. This protects the surface and keeps moisture away, so the edge stays sharp longer. Now the chisel is sharp again. It slices paper clean and pairs wood smooth with steady control. You can feel the difference the moment it touches the grain. This is the kind of result that reminds you why taking care of your tools still matters. You did not need anything fancy, just time, patience, and a simple setup you can use again. If you have an old chisel sitting in a drawer, you can bring it back the same way. If this helped you today, hit the like button so more people can find it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy hands-on fixes that actually work. And leave a comment telling me what old tool you want to sharpen or restore next.